This is the theme song for the live stream of consciousness. You've got to ask yourself whether reality is a dream or if you are dreaming reality. We are all a part of the answer to the meaning of it all. Come in and join us for the moment we call now. Rise up, join in, raise the whole vibration. You are the master of reality's creation.
Yes, you are. And I am here to prove it. It is Thursday, July 9th. Welcome to the live stream of consciousness. My name is Michael Zinn. I am just an ordinary guy who loves to have conversations about consciousness and reality and who and what we are. And if you've been here before, you know that. If you haven't, now you do. I see Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. Ninja Kitty, what is happening? I see Lunar Sunray, and I also see my special guest who was on the YouTube channel earlier. She's also here on YouTube and in the back room. I'm so pumped for tonight's conversation, and I'll tell you all about it in a minute. But before we do that, you guys who have been here before know the routine, and I'm excited because I've been filming a bunch of podcasts at work. One of them in particular is called the Well-Known Podcast. It's this woman, Shannon Conklin. She's has a company called Organic Edge. She's like a holistic wellness expert and has all sorts of experts. And they were talking about the 3 breaths. You guys know the 3 breaths. It's like the one thing that you can do that's absolutely free. It takes literally 60 seconds. And it just makes you feel better, and it connects you with yourself, connects you with the moment. I use it here to clear the space, set the intention for the next hour to be the best outcome for our highest selves. And we do it with 3 breaths in and out together. I do that with my co-host here, Sage. I ring Sage, and we breathe in through the nose. I'll guide you through the breaths. Don't worry about how many seconds and all of that stuff. Just feel it for yourself. You know, breathe in through your nose. The idea is the intention. So feel it coming in through your nose. Feel it filling up your lungs. Like, pay attention to that. We do it all day long without paying attention, and it keeps us alive. And again, the 3 breaths, when we pay attention to, just kind of lights us up. And Tim is saying hashtag Sage. Well, hello, Sage. I think Sage is more popular than I am here, but all good. I love Sage. Anyway, here we go. Let's do the 3 breaths together. In through the nose. Hold it up at the top for a second, and then intentional release. Feel your shoulders sinking. Feel your butt in the chair. Let's do the second one together. In through the nose. Feel it up at the top for a second, and then let it out. Let out all of the stuff you don't need anymore. It's gone. And last one together again. Let's intentionally just release as we let it out. So breathe in through the nose. Hold it up at the top, and then beautiful. Awesome. Breathing is fundamental. One of my favorite things. I'm still hearing Sage ring here a little bit. I know you guys don't hear it because the mic ducks it out, but I don't like to put her down until she's done. And she's done now. Awesome. Thank you, guys. So tonight's guest came to me through a previous guest. You guys remember Kelly Talixon, who I've worked with before. As a matter of fact, Kelly is the one who gave me this beautiful stone that I wear all of the time. And she called me so excited, or she actually messaged me on Facebook, so excited. She's like, I met this woman. You have to have her on your show. And I was like, you know me, I'm always intrigued. So I was like, okay, who is she? Tell me about her. And she connected us in chat, and I can immediately feel the energy. This person is the kind of person that I feel like empaths, a lot of the people who kind of listen to this show, crave to meet, because their energy is so good that you can feel it. And I think that, you know, again, kind of the audience of this show understands the idea of reflection of yourself in others, right? And I think that this woman reflects the best parts of ourselves, the best parts of what we want to be. I'm excited because I feel like Kelly gave me this gift, right, of this woman and her energy, and my role is just to share it, right? So like I get to have her on my show and share this energy with you guys. So I'm super duper excited to welcome to the show for the first time Miss April Kirkwood. How you doing, April?
Hi, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad you did the breathing. I will add this, take your left hand, put it on your heart, your right hand, put it on your
All right.
tummy.
Okay.
Right. And then when you breathe in and breathe out, remember to always say, I am enough. And that is right. I am enough. And that is enough. I am enough. And that is okay. I am enough. And I am who I am. I have done nothing wrong.
I love it.
I am here in love. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Was this little kitty? Meow.
Yeah, Ninja Kitty. Yes, Ninja
I
Kitty's
love that name. That's
been
so
here from the beginning.
wonderful. Right. It's a beautiful name.
Awesome.
Also another tip I could give you is when you hug somebody, which I'm a hugger, but you kind of have to be careful. But I always, you have to hug for at least 10 seconds for
I
the
love that rule.
for the hearts to really connect that energy.
Mhm.
It's also like holding hands too, but also be careful who you are hugging.
Sure.
We're not going to talk about sex, but
Sure. No, it's an energy exchange. You got to
it's an
definitely,
energy very, and it lasts for 7 years. They say,
Wow.
especially for females. So you want to be careful who you are giving your sacred self to. So you have to be careful, and that's one of the things I talk about in this book. The books that I made are for kind of newbies that are getting lost in all of this. And we were talking before the show aired about how some of the data is coming in, like this is now trending, and the feminine essence and all of this, and the remote viewing and things like that, it really can do the opposite of what you want, which is to be calm and do sometimes less. Sometimes you do the most when you're doing what appears to be little at all. But anyhow, thank you so much. Yeah,
I love that. I love that, and already I can tell you're just full of amazing wisdom. And the thing that's cool about that is you're not just full of the wisdom, but you're full of the intention to share that wisdom and to just like, I just felt from the minute I started talking to you, you're just one of these people who really loves life, really loves people, humanity, you know what I mean, and is in support of everybody, no matter who they are. I mean, we just met and you were just like so excited to talk. You sent me your books, by the way, which you can see I'm already reading. They're already
and we'll talk about those later.
We'll
talk. I'm not here to plug the book. I'm here to plug humanity.
Yes, you are.
To have people remember before the world got a hold of us and our ancestors who didn't have this data. And the beautiful part about when you awaken is I really believe, and I can't wrap my head around this so much, that it's all happening at the same time. But when we heal ourselves, we heal the generations before us. So what I'm trying to do is make sure those people that loved me so much and gave so much, and even though it may not look like that in the books, it was such beautiful gifts that I want to gift them back with freedom and exploration to remember their value and remember their worth. So it's important that we do the work. Also, you will know, and I'm sure everyone who's listening, the Earth is going through a magnetic change. It's going through from 3D. We are trying to get to the ascension to 5D. Our bodies are changing. Sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I'm not, it's just, we really need to join together, stay in the right frequency, reset. I reset all the time. I'm not perfect. I'm just a normal person like everybody else. And try to stay in that zone so that no matter what's happening around us, we are a gift of love. And that's all we're here to do. Love is really all there is. And so anyhow, ask away. What do you
Agreed.
want to
No,
talk
no,
about?
I agree with that. I agree with that. And I know I definitely don't want to we're not here to just push the books, right? But I think that the books for me were like important to connect to you, right? And kind of
Right.
feel your energy. I started to read the book, and like immediately in the dedication of the first book, I had an emotional response.
Oh,
And
thank you.
yeah,
I am eccentric, and I am, I was always weird. So, and I'm glad I was always like this. I always came in with love. And I'm a therapist. I was a teacher for years, a guidance counselor, a dean, therapist, and now I'm an author. But I've learned through all of those experiences and my studies that we all just want to be loved, and we all just want to live our truth. And it shouldn't be this hard. I
agreed.
hate work. I hate work. Like,
Agreed.
you say you have to work, even when you have a good job, in the morning you get up and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do this.
Well, if
It's just,
it's something, yeah, I think if it's something you don't like, we call it work.
right.
But if
Well,
it's something
right.
you love, it's not work, and you
It's a
love to do it.
passion then.
You love
It's
to
your
do it.
purpose. And
Exactly.
when I really freed myself was when I learned to do the interpretations of soul contracts. I took classes from England, and when I realized in writing, and I guess my mind had to figure that out, that my purpose is to open up the hearts of others on a mass appeal. That filled me with enough encouragement to know where I'm going and what
Right.
I'm doing. And then I really dug in.
Yeah.
And so I think everybody needs to know. I think it should be in every high school freshman class that you take a class on what's your life's purpose and how you're going to do it. But
For sure. Yeah,
maybe in
they don't
another
teach us
time.
anything about self-love and the importance of that in school, you know what I mean? And
No,
that's like the key, one of the keys to life, right? As we learn as we're older. Would you mind if I just read some of this
you can
dedication,
read
just so
whatever you
yeah,
want.
I want people, I just want people to kind of connect to you, and I feel like these
Sure.
words coming from you not only connect to you, but connect to this divine essence in everybody, right? Like I feel like the words are remembrance. I think that the words are an incredible honor to humanity and to the idea of essence, you know what I mean? I really do. So this book is the dedication of the first book, which is your divine blueprint. It says, to every soul who has meticulously charted this journey with me long before we arrived in these bodies, thank you. How courageous it must have been for you to sacrifice both your reputation and peace of mind, assuming roles as villain, hero, lover, enemy, and broken. Your bravery was immense. I especially thank the souls who inflicted the wounds I now proudly wear as lessons in love. It must have been painful for you to strike a sword deep within me, watching me fall, entirely taken back. Yet this was necessary, for there was much in me that required healing. Experience of loss and rejection, triumph and failure, pain and passion, death and rebirth. I will see you again. And I know that even when the world tells a different story, you acted out of great heroism and unwavering commitment to my highest growth. I will do all I can to make your sacrifice worthwhile by opening the hearts of others, which is my true purpose. Thank you always.
Thank you, everybody.
Exactly how I
So
responded.
many people I love that it looks differently than it was, and it's all imperfection. Your life is, and that's what the first book is about. That you planned this, you charted this, and every person in there, it's like a beautiful play. You're the writer, you're the director, and you're the star, and it's okay. It's okay. I think you've done nothing wrong. These are all lessons. These are all lessons. And I really have no anger towards anyone. And people, when they read about me, they'll go, "You had a hard life." I'm not, no, I didn't. I had a perfect life. Perfect life.
I love that.
And I'm so, when you even read that, I was thinking about people that have been in my life that are no longer, and I adore them. And then we go, how could you adore him? Or how could, my mother was mentally ill, and there was some rough times. And I wouldn't be the woman I am today. I wouldn't be the counselor. I wouldn't be the person who will sit under a table with a child that's afraid to go into class till lunch. I have no hesitation in reaching out to anybody. And also, the dark night of the soul is important. That's when the most work, when someone comes to me and says, I'm doing this, I go, oh, this is it. This is the moment, the books are relatable, because I use metaphors. The first one I used, The Wizard of Oz, when that looks like your house is in a tornado, and the uncle that's stupid, or the one who seems heartless, or the one, all those people had beautiful parts. And when she gets to this place, even who she idolized as Oz was not real. Her real power was in herself. And she had it all along. And then the second book goes with Alice in Wonderland, and going down the dark, and the keys to not right. She drinks something, and she's too big, she's too small. And then all of a sudden she says, this is my dream. I'm creating this. So, I had a client tonight that said, I can't get this out of my mind. I said, but you control the mind. So what's the purpose of you holding on to it? There's a lesson here. There's a lesson here. Let's look at it. Don't be upset. It's bringing the best of you out.
Right.
And so we get so upset. The world's crazy. When I look at the things that we learned growing up, it's amazing we're still standing.
It really is. It really is. But I feel like, as I've gotten older, I do feel like, I see a lot of people who are like, oh my God, I don't like getting old. And I'm like, I'm not getting old. I'm getting wise. Like I feel experiences now. I feel them adding to who I am. I feel them, becoming a part of my essence, and I think that, like you just said, perspective, I think it's really, it's a really important thing to know that you are in control of that. So like you're saying with your patient or whoever you're talking to, and can't get this thing out of their mind, it's like, you got to don't get it out of your mind, but
now
look at it from another perspective, examine it even closer.
Right. Like some people will say, I married the worst asshole. I said, I bet he was an asshole before you married him. But the question isn't about him. Like, we're not talking about him. I'm sorry you're going through this, but why were you attracted to him? What was the chemistry? What was the frequency? The last book is all about walking in your power. And I use the metaphors a lot in there about the velveteen rabbit. In fact, you'll see a little sexy picture in there with me in a tail. I am a velveteen rabbit. I'm getting older. I still wear my tail all over. I mean, you might see me anywhere. I'm just, also, I let my inner child run amok. Of course, we have lots of inner childs, but the one I really healed, she's just a pistol. And I just let her out. I love her. I love all the parts of me.
I love that. I love that.
Who are you? That's another thing. People ask me, well, what can I do? Number one is live your truth. Know you've done nothing wrong. Know that you chose this experience, and relax. And what the best thing you can do is love yourself. If you don't love yourself, the truth is you can't love anybody else.
Or anything.
Or anything. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I do whatever the hell I want to do.
Yeah,
Actually, that's why I'm
no, it's
happy.
great. And again, that's the energy that it's a very authentic energy that comes through you, that again, I think people who are sensitive to it can feel and really almost be like, "Ooh, I want some of that." You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
it's a
I get
really
people stop. I mean, honestly, people stop me and hug me, and I'm the kind of person I could be at a bar having
Mhm.
drinks with somebody, and I really don't drink, but be
Right.
there hanging out, and I could be listening to a joke, and then I could turn around quickly and pray for somebody,
Mhm.
all, and they're like, how does she do that? She goes, she just does whatever she feels.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
and if it offends somebody, I'll be the first one to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm just
Right.
have to do this. It felt right, and then I just go on.
Yeah.
Most things aren't personal. Most people are, all of us are like little children in our own separate worlds
Mhm.
bumping
Mhm.
into each other.
Right. Right. And a lot of people with blinders, not even like looking and that they're bumping into each other. They're not
They
even
don't
aware of
know.
it.
Well, they don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
they're bumping into each other.
Yeah.
Like your world is different. When we get off of here, my interpretation of this may be different than yours.
Yep.
Neither are wrong.
Right. No,
You know,
and they're both right.
right. If you have a teenager that says, I have two children, you ask them about their childhood, they have two completely different stories.
Yep. Yep.
Both are valid.
Yep, absolutely, 1,000,000%. And speaking of the inner child, you mentioned this, and I wanted to say in the last book, your dedication was to your granddaughters. Uh,
Right. I have one granddaughter
oh,
that
one
I have two
granddaughter.
granddaughters, but I have one
Oh,
granddaughter that when my significant other, Ralph, of 21 years passed away, I had my chart updated, a yearly chart. And they said, oh my God, there's somebody coming through on your T. She's been around with you before. She will be doing spiritual work with you. She
ooh,
is from the same planet you are, and you've been together. Well, this little one, she's like 4 years old. She's planning her next lifetime.
amazing.
She goes, I like the way I look this time. I said, so do I. I like the way you look too. And and she goes, I know you, right? And she goes, yeah. So and so we're on a journey together, and I needed
Amazing.
that because when my significant other died, I was actually um very upset and very taken aback because there were so many issues between us,
Mhm.
so many lessons,
Mhm.
so much love, and we
Mhm.
mirrored each other. Some couples mirror each other. He was very dark, I was very light,
Mhm.
and I think he hid behind my light. And
Mhm.
then
Mhm. Mhm.
so anyhow, it was a really healing. And that's another thing. These books are small because I got to tell you, you go through these several times in your life. You don't have one dark night,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
bounce
Mhm.
back and you fall apart and you go, how do I raise my frequency? How do I use chakras in a different way? I use
Mhm.
them with diagnosis in here,
Mhm.
simple to read, with your medications,
Mhm.
with your behaviors. We talk about how to kind of log your frequencies,
Mhm. Mhm.
because the key right now, and that's what's trending right now, is science, religion, and everything is moving into a different sphere that we all are energy.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm. Mhm.
um also, I was raised thinking probably haphazardly that I was always loved. But I
Mhm.
think I
Mhm.
came in that way and I was raised
Mhm.
in a
Mhm.
farm, no money, very
Mhm. Mhm.
poor,
Mhm.
barefoot
Mhm.
all the time. And I was raised in nature. And
Right.
so I ground every day when it's warm enough here. God.
Right. Wow. So
Anyhow.
you just said something important about being raised in love, and then you said, well, maybe it wasn't right, but it's what you experienced and what you felt. You felt like you were loved, even if maybe looking back, you're like, oh, maybe that wasn't love, and that was just a selfish thing. But to you, it came as love. So that's really all that matters,
I
right?
viewed it like my mother was mentally ill. She
Right.
got cirrhosis, died. She had mental illnesses. Let's put it this way. Everybody, I believe, in our lives does the best they can at the time with what they have.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
you've only been taught to live life with a fork,
Mhm.
you go and have soup of succulents and beautiful, you're not going to get it
Mhm.
because you have a
Mhm.
fork, you don't have the spoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we
Amazing.
need that spoon, but that's okay. That's
Mhm.
okay. I I don't know.
Amazing analogy. I love it. So I have
all kinds of analogies.
I have a listener, Angelo, who
Okay.
is here, and Angelo is always looking for answers. He needs proof,
Okay.
right? So
Proof.
he says, "This is great. This is what we talk about. Can she tell us how you finally came to the conclusion that this is all a play?" And here's where he is asking for proof. So I want you to be able. I think you can
Okay.
explain to Angelo the metaphor that is. What is that?
What is proof? Okay, it happens all the time if you're awake. Last week it blew my mind. I'm listening to the 70s, lost somewhere in New York City. I just moved here. I'm singing a song.
Mhm.
The song is over. I start singing another song. That song comes on the radio next in 4 or 5 seconds. I was like, when you're awake, you see it. I have a dog, and I'll send you the pictures, that is a reincarnation of my old dog. Somebody told me, I really am like you. I don't believe anything until I see it. So this lady tells me, you're going to get this other dog. It's going to be Roxy again. You're going to see the imprint of the Yorkie on this dog. She didn't like the clothes. Now, this lady didn't know my dog. She didn't like the clothes. She didn't like the dyed hair. She's coming back as a bad boy, and she's not going to behave. I go, oh, and I'm thinking like you. Oh, here we wasted another $50. This is ridiculous. A couple months later, I'm driving down the road and I see Yorkies for sale, Buer Yorkies, a little different. I pull in, little boy dog comes up. I open the door, jumps in my car. I turn him over. And I have the picture. I will send it. Has the picture of the Yorkie.
Wow.
I mean, when you are open and I believe everything. This is a magical world. I am helping to make this happen because I'm open.
Yeah.
And okay, I'll tell you another one.
I love that. And I've said before, if you believe everything, anything is
Okay,
possible.
here's my proof. Where is he? Well, who is this person?
Angelo, yes.
Okay,
He's still
Angelo,
here.
this is no shit. Okay. My significant other was a real jerk. He left me no money. He was worth 60 million. I was with him 21 years. Blah, blah, blah. He got Louis bodies, who's the guy that was married to Demi Moore? Bruce Willis has. Okay,
Yeah.
so anyhow, Ralph dies. One of my psychics from Jersey goes, do you live in a big house? Yeah. Is there water? Yeah. You have all this. Yeah. Does Ralph wear jeans and t-shirts? I go, yes, because he's standing outside the door. I don't like him. Do you want to let him in? I let him in, of course. I'm madly in love with this idiot. The heart wants what it wants. Okay. So, but I'll tell you why I stayed with him in a minute. So he comes through her and he goes, I'm sorry about the money. I saw how my girls treated you at the funeral. They hit you. They cut you off in the line. I saw everything. I'm so disappointed. Sorry I didn't marry you. Sorry I didn't leave you any money. I have money for you. I'm going to tell you where it is. Tells me exactly where it is. Of course, I'm a typical woman. I go, Ralph, if you're lying to me again, you've lied to me your whole life. I'm going to come through here and I'm going to kill you myself. I said, so this is it. I love you. I still love you. So anyhow, I wake up. He tells me it's in something like, she goes, is it like by an ice cooler? I go, and it's white. And I'm like, Ralph, that's the house in Ohio, because he was wealthy. I'm not wealthy. So I said, no, that's the house in Ohio, Ralph. I'm like, so I'm mad at him because I love him and he left me and I'm going through all this stuff. So anyhow, I wake up in the middle of the night. I go out in the garage. There's his file cabinet. It's white. They said it was by an ice cooler. It's by a freezer. I find the original will. Get the house. The next day I call the attorneys and blah, blah, blah. Now, if anybody could say that wasn't real, I mean, I had the will. I didn't know where it was at. Their attorneys didn't know where it was at.
Yeah. It's
and
crazy.
and so
And
this
it's funny because you answered, like, I was going to ask you a couple of questions, and in our conversation, you answered those questions. One of them was going to be, do you feel like you've been through the dark night and like
oh
you're
oh
you're
oh oh
done?
oh
And then you said, no, it keeps happening. It keeps,
no, it keeps happening. So
yeah,
after he dies, I'm sleeping one night, and I am a pretty good girl, I have to admit. I really don't do anything. Like Ralph would go when he was dying, he got real nice too.
mhm,
So don't ever miss out those last months if you can. He he got COVID. He got the COVID vaccine and he
mhm.
stroked out. Boom, boom,
Oh,
boom. He
geez.
wasn't supposed to die that quick. But anyhow, he would say things, how come you're good? Why did I sell my soul? I'm a bad person. You've always been good to me, blah, 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 blah. And we had some beautiful conversations about loving each other, really loving each other. And I know then the last thing he said to me is, um, you're the only person that loved me. And I
Mm,
treated you badly and you still love me. You showed me what love is. And I thought, that's why I stayed with that
mhm.
SOB. I was like, well, because I just couldn't leave.
Right.
And I'm a girl who leaves. I
So you
mean,
were lessons for each other.
right. And oh, I
Mhm,
was, he was, so anyhow, the night I go home to this big house and I'm sleeping and this mirror comes out in my dream and it looks like Snow White. It's all I can describe it as because I
mhm,
have a
mhm,
mind of a child half the
mhm,
time.
mhm,
And it's watery and I hear this male voice, not Ralph, and he goes, okay, April, now it's your turn. You can have anything you want. All you have to say is, and I said, I don't remember the time. I said, no, no, I'm God's. And as soon as I said God, the whole thing disappeared. I went back to sleep and I got up the next morning in a deep, dark depression.
mm,
And I thought to myself, I guess you don't piss off those people. you know and because Ralph had been so dark, that's when I started to and I thought, I am in this dark place, I'm in this big house, I don't know what's in here. And I took about a year in a dark state
mm,
working on myself.
mhm,
And I gave permission to myself to not judge anybody,
mhm,
but to so if you're open now, like say I don't get up and say, oh, that didn't happen.
mhm,
I let it ruminate and I still didn't think about it, but when I felt an oppression on me,
mhm, mhm,
I I knew that I needed to get help. And I
mhm,
was all alone because all my family's up north.
mhm,
So I had
mhm,
no one in that house but me and the dogs.
mhm,
And even when they did some prayers through the house, they saw little urchins on the dogs. And when Ralph died, my one dog has seizures from something that had
okay.
attached. So
Wow.
there's a reason for everything, but I'm not going to judge myself from staying with this person. I actually loved him and I think
Mhm,
we were
mhm,
both powerful. And
mhm,
and that's another thing, people, the more powerful you get, the more powerful people come against you.
mhm, mhm.
Because a little person, you're just going to step on them. And when I mean step on them, you're just going to walk by and go,
Right,
please stop,
right.
stop. But the more I get, and that's funny because then God sent me, or somebody sent me, an invitation to be in The Bachelor in
Mm-mm.
Hollywood.
Yes, let's hear this story.
And it was like, I never watched this show. And everyone kept out of the blue, kept sending me applications. So one day I sent it in. I get on The Bachelor. I'm like, I don't even watch the show. I didn't know what to expect. All of a sudden, one day I'm standing there. There's lights everywhere, which really drains your energy. You're mic'd up. I love they were nice to me. I have nothing bad to say about them.
Right.
This people say to me, well, you didn't win. I did win.
Mm,
I remembered who I was at that point. So I'm looking at,
sure.
I like, you know, this is adult bullying. And I don't really feel comfortable. Then out of my big mouth, I'm Italian, so you can expect anything. I said, and my soul is not for sale. The whole place went. And I went, what did I do? And then they sent me home. about a
Wow.
week or so. But that was okay. And then they did call me back. And by then, I had a new producer who was spiritual,
Mm,
and he said, "We want you back, but we want you to be yourself."
mhm.
Well, that was, if you want to see the real me, you have to go to Golden in Paradise. I
Okay.
was spiritual, I was funny, I was me, I was out there, and I made the whole show. They said, I mean, then I got called back to Netflix,
Mm,
and I auditioned for something. I haven't heard anything back yet, so I don't even know
mhm,
if it'll
mhm,
come true. But
mhm,
isn't it funny? The sources around you are real. There's more unseen than seen.
mhm, mhm,
What would April like? April liked to be famous. April's funny. April likes to be out in the crowd. April likes money. April likes all those 3D things that
mhm,
mean nothing.
mhm.
But what's her Achilles heel? They know exactly what your Achilles heel is.
And what is it?
Well, now I'm trying it not to be anything, but but I love being a beautiful woman. I've
Mhm.
always been a pretty
Sure.
girl. I love being loved. I love being funny. I'm very comfortable in front of the camera. I'm very relaxed in it. I have the same first house, and I'm not making this up either. I get this professor from Berkeley, California, come to Youngstown, and he does these businesses. So I one of my pals get me in for a reading, and he starts looking at me. He's doing this in Ayurvedic, and I'm like, oh shit.
Mhm.
What's gonna happen to me? He goes, "Can I keep your chart?" And I'm like, "Well, it's an Ayurvedic. I'm not. What do I've never, ever seen one like Marilyn Monroe. Your first house, just like Marilyn Monroe." And I went, "Well, that explains a lot." I had absentee mother, mentally ill, and so now I know that energy is part of my DNA in this
Mhm,
lifetime.
mhm.
So I know when somebody's attracted to me that it's probably not me,
Mhm.
it's that energy. And also I know how to play it.
Sure.
I have fun with it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean that was given to me for some reason, to learn lessons, to
Right.
have your first house as your childhood and all of that. But so one thing too, I don't understand why people aren't as excited as I am to learn about my soul. Like, I did spend a whole year healing and
Mhm,
finding
mhm,
out, why was Ralph and I attracted to each
mhm,
other?
mhm,
Why did I
mhm.
put up with that?
Right.
Why did he put up with me? I'm not
Right.
easy either. I mean, here I am, this flighty little fairy doing my thing, and I think I humored him. Um, and I loved humoring him, I mean,
Mhm,
there was something there that was, and somebody said to me, and I was having trouble getting over him, and then they said, "Well, all the lifetimes are happening at one time, and you've been married to him many times.
mhm,
So this is just one ending.
mhm,
So
mhm,
what you're
mhm,
feeling." And then they said, "He's not I want people to realize this. He's not leaving because you're not letting him."
mhm, mhm, mhm.
So then I had to take responsibility
Mhm.
because I'm keeping it going.
So, but
Eh,
maybe the answer is kind of what you said, right? Not to like be like, oh, I've got to let you go, but maybe the whole relationship needs to take a new perspective.
well, yeah, now
Mm.
and I think I would let him go if I met somebody else. Trust
Right,
me.
right, right,
I'd be
right,
like,
right. But
who?
I mean, I think he'd be there the whole time. So it's interesting too, because Angelo, you're answering questions before they're even asked. You're talking about kind of like reincarnation, right? In other
Yeah,
lives. And
yeah.
Angelo's saying he's talking about the reincarnation process. Is it all a simulation? He's asking.
Is it?
Uh,
Yeah, I think it is. I think that I hope this is my last time or maybe one more. But yeah, I just learned that we've been kind of stuck in the matrix,
Mhm,
and then we tell people, God forbid, go to the light, and the light's not real.
mhm,
Go to Okay, like I told my daughter, when I die or when you die, if you see a figment of me, no, it's not me. You go
mhm,
straight up.
mhm, mhm,
We err for lack of knowledge.
mhm,
We err for, I mean, we don't know. We're saying, go to the light, Grandpa, go to the light. You're going to be
mhm,
safe. And
mhm,
all of a sudden, we're sending them back into that. And with all my reincarnations that I've know about, I have the same patterns, same
Mhm.
type of personality,
Mhm.
same things that have happened in this lifetime happened exactly the same in another lifetime with my family members
Mm.
to a T.
Well,
And so, I'm trying not to, I want to go to 5D. I want to escape this because and they're sucking our energy, I mean, they're doing terrible things. I mean, Epstein is the tip of the iceberg.
I believe it. I
There's
believe it. I
many
believe it. Yeah,
islands.
yeah. No, I believe that too. I believe in infinite possibilities and not just possibilities, but I think that all of that is real and it all has an impact, but it's all, I also believe it's all frequency
Well,
and
that's what I was going to say. So the last book is How the Hell Do We Get Out?
Mhm.
Okay. And that's through being conscious of your body.
Mhm.
What am I thinking? What
Mhm.
is my consciousness telling me? Remember, as a therapist, I will tell you the mind has no time. So if I want to go back to when my mother got beat up by my stepfather and feel bad and have a panic attack, I can't. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen right away,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I will tell you, the more I stay in a better place. I'd like to
Mhm.
say I'm in 5D all the time, but I'm not
Mhm.
going to do
Mhm.
that. But the more I stay in a higher frequency, the more I start to stay in a higher frequency.
Sure,
The
of
more,
course.
so I look at myself and go, wow. So a psychic told me once, I don't know, he sensed something and he goes, "You're not the same person you were 12 years ago."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Really?" Because I don't, I'm like these people. I'm just normal. That's another thing too. I wonder with this frequency, when you go, which I've gone, I'm not judging anything because I'm like on this experimental path with you. It just,
Mhm.
I have
Mhm.
had the opportunity because of Ralph's money to
Mhm.
spend years not working and focus. Like he goes, "You should pay me for all the time I get you to stay in that little room and do all this, and get your
Mhm.
master's and get another master's and get another degree and all this." I mean, that is an opportunity. That's a
Sure,
gracious gift to give someone the opportunity to know their soulful self.
sure.
So, and I made it for simple people. So it's not like you don't have to be a scientist to figure this out because I don't have time for this crap.
Mhm. Mhm.
We got to
Mhm.
get going. I mean, they say,
For sure.
I mean, I
Well,
don't
let
have
me let
time.
me let me stop you here for a second because
Okay.
I know I have a listener who, when you talk about the 3D and the 5D, is going, wait a second, what's up with the 4D?
Okay, and then I was reading this before myself, and I wrote notes on it because it's like the in between world. How I get it, like when they go through the death, I think that's where lost spirits are. That's where ghosts go that don't want to leave. Like some people might not want to leave. They had a great life.
Mhm. Mhm.
They are want to stay here. But I am just going to tell you it's where also people maybe when they die do self-exploration with their guides.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't believe God is a God of judgment.
Mhm.
I believe we are judged by ourselves, by the
Mhm.
guilt of the love we never gave.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think there's supposed to be all these reigns of heaven. I don't remember them. I would be happy if I came. I'm just like, okay, if I'm not perfect, can I just come back, go to be a guide, like maybe of babies or
Mhm.
animals or
Mhm.
ducks, and just I mean, I'm not like Yeshua, I'm not Mary Magdalene. I'm not,
Right.
but just let me go there. And I don't want to come back here anymore. But okay, so 4D, it is the awakening stage that we are all connected to. So all of us are going back and forth to 4D. It is much deeper connection to a higher power. You are identified, because I had to write this down because 4D is iffy. Identified by remembering, synchronization, manifestation, connecting, and alignment. It is purpose driven, seeking answers, breakthroughs, elevated consciousness, flexibility. So, guys, give yourself a hand there. We're all there. And then 5D is when you've arrived and you
Right.
are living consciously. In other words, you don't get mad very much. You love everybody, truly love them. You're at your family's house and you notice that you've changed. Everyone's going over about the football game. You're nice about it, but you're not really interested in that anymore. And also people leave and you're not as upset. People offend you and you have a deeper sense of peace. I think the highest frequency, other than really, changing in our world, is peace. Not love goes back and forth. Yeah, how many things do you love every day and hate them all at the same time? God,
Sure.
I love that ice cream. Go, oh God, I hate that I ate that. Oh man, what am I doing? Or
Right.
my dogs, Puka. Yeah, don't change it. Okay, I know. He will pee on the floor just to piss me off. He's a
You were saying that, yeah.
and he he won't wear a collar. So I have to let him run free. He just but I love him. I know he came to teach me a lesson. He's teaching. Okay, hold on, wait a second. Yeah, this is him.
Hello,
And
Puka. What's
so
happening?
this is Roxy. Huh?
Oh,
Have
that's
you met?
Roxy.
Yes,
What's up,
that's
Roxy?
Roxy.
Who's Puka? Another one?
No,
Or is
this
that
is
a
Puka.
nickname? It's a
No,
nickname.
no, this is this
Oh,
reincarnation. Is
Puka and Roxy. Right.
are the
Gotcha.
same,
I'm
but he
sorry.
comes to
I'm
Roxy.
following.
So
I promise.
hey, catch up. So I think this is an exciting time to be alive. I
Yeah.
think we are getting more information, but I think you can also people use this stuff to make money and to keep people in a scare tactics. And then they're defeating the purpose. You have nothing to be afraid of. You've done nothing wrong. You are loved. You're not going to hell. God goes by many names. I don't care what you call them. Like sometimes when I pray, I'm like, my guides, my higher selves, my master teachers, my mom, you know, Billy, Ralph, who's ever there. I love you all. Thank you for watching. It doesn't matter. It's by your energy. It's by your energy. Be love.
Yeah.
And stop and tell people. I saw a little boy in I didn't know he didn't have any eyesight. And he was in a wheelchair. And I stopped and I said, you are a gift of God. You're bringing energy, aren't you, into the world to keep the earth safe. He started to laugh. I said, thank you so much. And I put the dog he couldn't see. I didn't know he couldn't see. And
Yeah.
Stop. Be brave with your love.
Yeah.
Be brave.
I
Be
think that this is
strong.
yeah, totally. I mean, I think that this is I've been calling it the age of accountability, right? I think we
Yeah.
need to be accountable for what is it that we're putting into the collective. What's our energy and what are we giving to the collective? And that's one of the things that attracted me to this interview and to talking to you was like this authenticity and I just felt this desire to connect everybody. So, but let me ask you a question, because you said something earlier that kind of hit me, and I want to know how you find this balance, right? Because you're obviously, like you said, I love being a woman, I love being pretty, I love dressing up, but I also know that doesn't really mean anything, right?
I've always, well, I will tell you, living with Ralph was a great experience. I lived in a very wealthy community. They were the most miserable people. Ralph was the most miserable person. Statistically, the most unhappy people are the highest in income and the lowest. And also I had a lot and it meant nothing to me. All I wanted was Ralph's love. And you said, well, I give you everything. You don't give me yourself.
Right.
So you can't. But I think they're only. I think stuff's only as good as you make it. I don't think it doesn't do anything for me. I want enough money to pay my bills and maybe buy one or two outfits to keep up to date with everything. But other than that, or to help the world, like I invested a lot of money in these books. Oh dear God, my God, I'm sweating that out.
Yeah.
And so but I decided to use my money for this because
Mhm,
this, and
mhm.
I have a faith that what you do for God, and the doors opened. Like I found the right publisher, I found this, I found that.
Mhm, mhm.
If I would have seen a no, I would have stopped.
Right.
Consciously be aware of what the universe is showing you.
Mhm.
There's answers. You have what maybe get up every, oh, my heart is burning. Okay. Every in a good way. When you get up, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell. When you get up every morning, say, soul, what do you want me to know today?
Mhm.
What do you want me to know? You're my bestie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I,
I love
and
that. Yeah.
also it's transparent now. We have to choose.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. People go, well, I never did anything wrong. It broke my heart when I learned the law of the dark hats, or whatever you want to call them,
Mhm.
is free will is in this planet. You have to agree. So, well, they go, I don't agree to that. You do
Mhm. Mhm.
when you consent to, excuse me, going to a Beyonce
Mhm.
concert.
Mhm. Mhm.
You are agreeing while they do spells on
Right.
that stage.
Sure.
You're agreeing. So you
Yeah.
did consent.
Right.
What
But
if,
unknowingly, but
but still, does the soul know? What, wait a minute.
I,
Is the soul all knowing? I don't
yeah.
know. Is the soul knocking at our doors going, wake the hell up? And we're going, some other day. I'm young. I got to learn.
I hope the soul is doing that. I mean, I definitely feel
I
like,
don't know. But
right, but I feel like, and I'm sure you agree, that society, the kind of like the systems that are put in place are oppressive, right?
we're almost, honestly, some mornings I would get up as I was saying this, like, oh my God, are we doomed? Because we're
Mhm.
so, and now AI, oh God, and now they're telling me, the people that I'm reading about, I'm an avid reader, is that what's the guy, not what's the, Eli Musk
Elon
is
Musk, yeah.
yeah, Elon Musk is creating a disc that will go in your head, that will connect to your consciousness. Now, your consciousness, it would be almost like what some people might call, not me, I don't know any of this. I'm not a
Mhm.
scientist, might call the mark of the beast or whatever that
Mhm.
will,
Mhm.
because what that would do theoretically, it would connect your consciousness. They would know your consciousness. They could plug things in it.
Mhm.
And also that would disconnect you from your soul.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know. But look at what we did with COVID. We all lined up. If they wanted to do a test on how stupid we are,
Mhm. Mhm.
we lined up.
Yeah.
We lined up.
Yeah,
Set the
listen,
rules.
and that's what I believe. That's what I say when I say it's the age of accountability. It's even the accountability for what you're believing and what you're consuming. You know what I mean? And you know,
Put on your TVs, like I write things like, I do not consent to any inauthentic messaging. I do not consent to anything that is of darkness. I do not
Mhm.
consent.
Mhm.
Um, I put it on everything,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I put it on my phone, I put it on everything, and
Right.
I, before I go to sleep at night, I say a prayer that I do
Yeah.
not consent to any synthetic frequencies that
Mhm.
are trying. I guess when you sleep, a lot of stuff happens because
Sure.
we leave,
Yeah.
we all
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyhow,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Anyhow.
so much I could share.
No, I love that. Listen, I love these raw, just conversations about beliefs and how we can just
Huh.
work together as human beings, right? Like
Yeah.
I tell this story often. My beliefs 20 years ago were that 95% of the people that I meet are morons. They have no idea what it means to live on a planet with other people. They're just in blinders and all of that. And I realized that because I believed that, that was my experience.
Well, yeah, if a girl says to me, all men cheat, you're going to attract all men that cheat,
She's gonna
because
get
it's going to
exactly
confirm your story.
exactly what I'm saying. Yep. Yep.
So we have to, and people say, well, witches are bad and all of, we're all witches. we're all manifesting.
Yeah.
No, the word, the God created the life by what? The word of God.
Absolutely. No,
He
all of the
spoke
things
the
you're
word.
saying, I believe very firmly in all of the things you're saying. That's how
So,
I live my life.
so
Yeah.
if I say something, I better watch my mouth. That's what the last book is. Where is it? Oh, Conscious Body. Um, be conscious of your consciousness. Don't say anything.
Mhm.
Don't say to your child, whatever, something nasty. I don't even want to say it, but I don't.
Right. When you're disciplining your child, be careful of the words that you're using and
Right,
because
right.
they're going to affect them. So I'm just going to type in here your divine blueprint. I just want to
Also, I'm giving a special. If you go to my website, and I'm just getting it up, so it's not all up. So please forgive me, but this
Okay.
part's up. I'm doing only because it takes so long right now. You're interpreting your soul's purpose,
Okay.
and the website is the Golden Revamp .net.
Okay, is
And
that's not up right yet though, right?
no, it's not.
I
It's
was
I
looking I
think
was
it's up.
looking for a link. I was looking for a link
No, I don't
to put.
know. I don't know. I'll
Yeah,
have
let's
to
not
send it
put
to
it up
you.
yet, but
Okay. So, but if you go to the goldenrevamp.net and you scroll all the way down, my publisher just put up a blank one because he was publishing the books and stuff, and
Mhm.
now I'm redoing it all. So, but
Okay.
I will be giving soul interpretations of soul contracts, because I think those of us who need, like me, I need proof.
Mhm.
I want proof.
Like
Uh,
Angelo, yeah.
yeah, like I love Angelo. I don't. Are you Italian, Angelo? Is he there?
I don't think he's Italian. I think
Oh, because it's an Italian
I
name.
forget what it is. Yeah, it is an Italian name, but it also Angel. He's an angel.
Mhm.
But I just want to plug these books for a second. So
Okay.
I put the names of the trilogy down at the bottom. Your Divine Blueprint, Your Conscious Body, and Your Return to Wholeness. It's a series of 3 books. I think they go like
Amazon, Walmart, and I think other places. So, but Amazon does it, and I think, I didn't do this to make extra money. I did this so that I could have it in larger print for older people. The definitions are in front.
Uh-huh.
It's user friendly, and you can keep it in your bag. No one wants to carry a big book. I mean, it just
Yeah.
so I will keep these. And like I said, you're going to use these over and over again. These could be a simple guidepost until you are so accelerated that I read your book and it's the next level.
I love that. I love that. And honestly, I mean, just that's why I read the dedication, because just the dedication to me is full of so much insight and energy. Like there's so much energy to those words. And as a philosophy, and as just a perspective, that I just feel like just that dedication. I'm going to read the dedication over and over and just that.
There's dedications in each of the
Yep.
books.
And
So
they're all amazing.
and then also, the more you do these practices, the better you get. So don't ever be hard on yourself. You have all the time in the world. You have other lifetimes. If your issue is anger or this or that, whatever, and you will wake up one day and look at yourself and go, wow, you're like, now it only takes me about an hour if I'm upset, like if I'm mad at somebody, like I might get
Process it. Yeah.
now. It used to, like when you're a young girl, it takes you months. You're like mad at that girl. You're never gonna, that's
Yep.
it. So it's a process, and it's a process that you can relax in. I don't want you to work at this. I want you to be excited and flow like a hippie. Flow. Okay.
I love it. I was gonna introduce you with a song. You're amazing to talk to, by the way.
Thank you.
The hour just flew by.
I'm
I totally forgot, but we'll end with the song. This is for you, my dedication to you.
okay.
And we didn't even get to talk about this because this is something
Is
you
it
told me.
Frankie Valley? Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I tell you the story real quick about that?
Sure.
Okay, real quickly. I
Hold
fell
on.
in love with him when I was 6 years old. He groomed me. I didn't understand why. I still love him. He's really, but anyhow, a past life regressionist told me, you were with him in Egypt. He was very wealthy. Had a harem. He got you as a little girl, and he kept you for himself his whole life. And he
Wow.
taught you everything. But you were not meant to be with him in this lifetime, because he came to be mean and bad. And so he passed with you. And then I thought about this. So I gave him my virginity then, and I gave it to him now. Here's the connection.
Interesting.
So, see, I'm not mad. I love him.
All right, that's great. No, I love that. And actually, Angelo says he would love to reach out to you. Can he reach out to you on Facebook?
Yeah, sure.
April Lynn
Yeah.
Kirkwood.
Yes, and also there's a page, the Golden Revamp too. I think it's easier to get me there because I look at that more, because sometimes my Facebook page is like family and class reunions.
The goldenrevamp.net, you said?
Well, that's the website, but my Facebook.
Oh, a Facebook page, a Facebook group.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
is the Golden, right. And
Gotcha.
Yes, I love all of you, and we need our tribe. You only have to be in high frequency, like, to make it, 51% of the day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I try for more, but knowing
but
that does
hey,
it.
let's start with baby steps.
Yep.
We're all inner children bumping into each other. My inner child goes wild. She's a wild child.
Yeah, you're a firecracker for sure. I knew that from the minute we started talking. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and my audience.
Thank you. And I let me end with this. Everybody out there, I love you. I praise you. I appreciate you. You are God's child. Great things happen to you. Let it flow. And so it is. As it is above, so shall it be here on earth. Amen. You're manifesting. And Frankie, I know you're dying, but I'll see you after. I know we have a meeting.
That's great.
We're going to talk.
We're going to talk. I don't know what's going on here with my
Mercury's retrograde.
Yeah, my I don't have a scroll bar here to access all my outro, so I want to play my outro.
Oh,
anyway,
I'm sorry.
folks,
I love your also I need you to do a tape for me, and I want to start doing a podcast. We'll talk after. Hey guys,
awesome.
I love you. Hug 10 seconds. Your sacred self, your breath is your soul. Take good care of it. It needs you.
Thank you, April, so much. I love it. Thank you. Thanks for being here. All right, folks, I'll see you next week. I'll see you on Tuesday for Holding Space. And until then, be good and love each other. Peace.
I love you.
This is the theme song for the live stream of consciousness. You gotta ask yourself whether reality is a dream or you are a dream for reality. We're all a part of the answer to the meaning of it all. Join